The message that I have for this reading is that you weren't cursed by that relationship. You were chosen to break it. The connection wasn't romance. It was ritual, an ancient contract dressed as chemistry, a bloodline echo wearing a new face. This wasn't just about them. It was about you and the patterns you were born to end. You weren't sent to heal them. You were sent to interrupt them, to recognize where the love ended and the spell began. Because that wasn't love. It was legacy. And you were the first to see it clearly. They were the bait. They were the wound that kept repeating. You became the boundary and stopped the bleeding. What do we have at the foundation of the reading? Eight of Swords, Gemini energy at the foundation of the reading. Cancer, I've been picking up this energy surrounding your energy in regards to a certain space, a certain environment, a certain person, a certain group, a certain community and or relationship, take it as it fits, that you have been trying to break free from. But what you are starting to discover is that there's something much deeper that is keeping you in some sort of spiritual bondage. It's like the moment that you decided you were going to start making changes, it disrupted something. Something ancient is what I just heard. Leading into this reading, I may have just dealt with more restriction than quite possibly any other reading I have done in a very long time. I've been sitting on these messages for a couple of weeks. And because I do the individual signs in the same order for every series, I was guided to just focus on collective readings. But even when I decided that today was the day I was going to do this reading, there was something out there that didn't want me to deliver this message. And the reason why is because of this Eight of Swords. There's a message that I feel is going to come through in this reading that may trigger some sort of change for you. It may help you make a decision in your life to move in a certain direction. And there seems to be something monumental connected to this change. I just heard it's going to create a ripple effect. It gives an energy of you moving in a certain direction, and it has some sort of an impact on the environment around you, whether it's the environment you're leaving and or the environment that you are preparing to move towards. But there's something influential about it. It's one of these situations where somebody you've never met before comes across your path. Maybe you bump into them in the coffee shop and they say one thing to you and it just sticks with you, right? It's like you can remember it for years down the line, but it alters your trajectory in some capacity, right? This is what I'm getting here for you, Cancer, but I feel you are the one that is delivering the message. It feels like there's some sort of war taking place in spirit right now. This opposing force is doing whatever they can to make sure that you stay put, that you don't break free of some sort of very oppressive energy. This Eight of Swords is telling me that you actually have all of the power within you to make this change. But there's something external to you that is trying to tell you otherwise. I'm hearing something quite possibly about a mother, a sister for a lot of you. Could be another family member as well. But I'm getting energy here of you'll never be able to pull that off. You'll never be able to succeed going in that direction. There's something very karmic here as well. I'm picking up on something in regards to people trying to use you to offset their karma. Now, when these kinds of messages come through, it suggests that having you in their presence, it allows them to divert some sort of responsibility for their karma onto you. Now, you may ask yourself, well, that's not possible. How could that possibly be allowed? See, the thing is, Cancer, that you have to understand is that you see people for who they really are, and you don't do something to change your circumstances. You can very much share in the negative karmic consequences that that person may be facing at that very moment in their life. Because Spirit is always going to wake you up to try and get you to make moves to get away from said people. I'm also getting something here about interfering in people's karma, right? And I just heard that not every fire is yours to put out. When you interfere with another's karma, you risk abandoning your own. Okay, let's keep moving forward. This is giving an energy of you knowing you need to move in a certain direction, but saying, oh, well, I can't, because what is so-and-so going to do? Or how is that going to look? How is this person going to feel or think? But what I'm getting here in regards to whoever this may be that you're dealing with, if they had the opportunity, they'd be gone in a flash. Okay. We taking these, Spirit? Yes, they want me to take him. Okay. Hangman. Wow. Unbelievable. Hangman in reverse at the sacral. 5 of Wands in reverse at the solar plexus. Okay. And I just heard compassion doesn't mean martyrdom. Okay. And that's actually how this hangman in reverse is showing up at the sacral. See, what you don't see, Cancer, is that this is a form of sacrifice, self-sacrifice, but not the good kind, okay? Sometimes we hear, well, you know, you got to do a little bit of self-sacrificing, you know, for the greater good and all this. This is not like this, okay? This is you sacrificing your path, your purpose for something dark and ancient that is seeking to stop you from pushing forward any further on your path because of what I mentioned earlier on in the reading about the ripple effect that your movement forward is going to cause for the greater good of the collective. Every decision we make in the here and now aligns you with a different timeline and a different possibility. The universe has to reorganize a whole entire reality to accommodate that decision. You can't possibly even begin to conceive, no one can, what goes into this. Right? But there are these decisions that we are all faced with in our life that are those big turning points that bring forward this monumental change that we can't begin to understand, which is why you always hear you must follow your intuition and your higher guidance. That's all that matters. You must have faith, right? Because we can't understand a whole lot beyond that. The dynamics, the details is just, there's too much. This is one of these times in your life, Cancer, where whatever you're facing right now, whether you perceive that as big or small, in spirit, it cannot be measured. Now, this 8 of Wands next to this hangman and this 5 of Wands in reverse looks a whole lot like what I'm feeling, a kind of war, the spiritual battle. This 5 of Wands is speaking about this energy that is coming for you, trying to stop you from focusing on your goals. It knows that as soon as you are able to free yourself from this space, it's over for them. And the hangman is interesting because as we can see here, you're hanging upside down, okay? And there's all these people yelling, right? It's like a mob. And the idea that you're hanging upside down here, looking at this mob, is suggesting that you are gaining some sort of perspective. You're seeing something differently now. But in reverse, it's like they're trying to stop you from seeing the truth about something, even though it's right in front of your face. Gaslighting. I just heard, what are you talking about? That's crazy. That's not how it was at all. There's something here that somebody is trying to convince you of that is the opposite of the truth, but they're holding it like it's a truth that you need to accept. I just heard this energy is only concerned with keeping you small because it knows that as soon as you are able to grow outside of their grasp, everything is going to change. This whole entire effort is to keep you from that thing, right? And it could be multiple things. I'm just trying to give you an example of the significance of that thing, right? Being in the right place at the right time, whether it's you or somebody else. You are a part of the grand mechanics of this entire universe, just like all of us. And we have allocated positions that we can all be in at any given moment. I truly believe that. A lot of people find that when they step into those spaces, they're able to manifest on a dime. It's as if you are calibrating with your divine purpose, with the divine's will for your life. Now, obviously, it's very difficult to find those spaces. You don't really know you're in that space until you're in it. It's that moment when you feel that everything is aligning perfectly in your life and you feel like you've truly arrived. It's just like you playing hot and cold with the universe. Hey, universe, am I getting close? Nope, you're cold. How about now? Oh, you're getting a little warmer. Getting warmer. Okay, you're hot. That's what this is like. And that can also be seen as a metaphor for what you feel calling you from within. You know that you're supposed to be somewhere. You know that you're supposed to be doing something specific. And you're fighting between what you know on a gut level and what some sort of external force has in mind for you. Right on the bottom of the deck. So there's your energy, the Chariot, and the Moon. All right. So the Chariot is representing this movement forward. Okay. The change. The Moon. This is you seeing something that you didn't see before, right? Something, let's say restriction, that you never knew was there until you decided to go beyond it, right? Let's switch decks. What do we have? The heart, please, Spirit? 9 of Pentacles at the heart. Perfect. This follows what I said in regards to you landing in that allocated position and feeling it, knowing it, right? This is one of these moments when you follow your inner compass, that inner calling, despite what anybody thinks and says about it. You just go for it because your faith in source and the divine is way more important than any idea of what somebody else thinks you should be doing, especially when it's not aligned with your happiness and that inner calling. You shook something, again, ancient is what I heard. You moved an immovable object, and when you did, you uncovered something almost sinister. Alarms started to go off in your spirit, in your soul. Red flags, warning signs all around you. Your perception began to shift. Hangman in reverse at the sacral. You started to look at people in a way that you had never seen them before. This can be likened to the veil being ripped away. That filter, that illusion, that lie ceases to exist any longer. It's like pulling somebody's mask off and they're a whole demon under there, drooling and all. But it's in the behavior. It's in the spirit. It's a feeling. It's a force. It's an energy. Because there's no mistaking that your new path, this space that you have been called to, is a blessed one. Makes you look back and start to look at things with a whole different lens. Why would anybody try to keep me from this? Questions start to unearth from the deep recesses of your mind that you didn't even know were there. Again, something ancient starts to feel like you've been here before. This has all happened, but it couldn't possibly happen in this lifetime. And you can't even quite put your finger on what it is you feel. You just have a feeling that you have been here before, because you have. What do we have at the throat, please? Too many cards. High Priestess just fell out. It's like you've been here before because you have divine guidance right there. Between worlds. Spirit is trying to help you remember, but it's not a memory. That spirit is trying to help you remember. It's a feeling. What do we have at the throat? What do we have at the throat? King of Wands. Fire energy at the throat. Gemini, Pisces, Leo, Virgo, fire. Just heard, remember who you are. Remember that feeling. That feeling is going to lead you to a memory, I'm hearing. A memory that you couldn't possibly ever be able to prove. That's how you know it's true. It's Spirit's way of saying you don't need to prove it. You just know. This is one of these energies, Cancer, where it goes far beyond this life cycle. This is something that, again, is almost beyond comprehension. But just to give you a kind of example of what I'm feeling here, it's like you were fighting the same spiritual battle. You were fighting the same principalities. You were fighting the same entities showing up as loved ones, as friends, as romantic partners, in a past life as you are now. As you reincarnated into this life cycle, as we all know, we lose the memory. We re-enter into that recycling system. But this is your remembering. The message is that you don't need the details. You just need the feeling. I'm also seeing fire in my mind's eye. And before the reading, when I was preparing myself, I had this intense burning in my left ear. And immediately I heard mother, sister. I feel that there's something deeply embedded that doesn't want to be unearthed. The delays around this reading. Even last night, I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't go back to sleep. All I can think about was this reading. Something was trying to stop me from showing up for all of you. You feel it in your spirit. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And again, I keep hearing the details don't matter. Don't wear down your mind trying to figure it out. Just follow the feeling. And I just heard the heat are the side rails. And I'm seeing a highway with side rails, right? Side rails that keep the car on the road. Now I'm seeing a bumper car hitting side rails, bumping back to the middle. I feel that this is speaking metaphorically about the signs, the synchronicities, the heat. Most of what I'm channeling through for you right now, Cancer, is not meant to make perfect sense because each one of you is going to interface with these messages differently, and that's how it's supposed to be. You're being tasked with decoding the messages. I just deliver them to you. What do we have with the third eye, Spirit? 9 of Cups at the third eye. Cancer, there's so much abundance and stability in this energy, and this strong emphasis on you as a person and how you're showing up inside the energy. You go from this 8 of Swords, right? It's like an energy of feeling trapped and something always watching over you, something trying to keep you blindfolded to the truth and imprisoned inside a cell that they don't want you to know you can actually walk out of. Because this is who you really are. You're showing up in this king energy. Genders don't matter here. It's just the energy. And on this King of Wands, we see the Ace of Wands, which is all about courage and strength, potential. You see the truth. You remove yourself. You step into this allocated position, and the support and abundance flows through for you. Now, though this is speaking metaphorically, this shows an individual here who is surrounded by abundance, right? They're well fed. Somebody is serving them. He's looking a little thick. Gives this royal kind of energy. And again, think about it in terms of the energy, right? Not literal. Cancer, I'm hearing that you're one step away from this breakthrough, okay? We have 2 9s on the table here. And see how you're stuck in this 8, right? You can't even see it. That breaking away from this puts you at the 9, literally one step away from the 10. But where you are, blindfolded to the truth, it seems like this is way outside of your grasp. This gives an individual who's in this life cycle, in this sort of, let's just say, an energy where they feel beneath others or others make them feel beneath them, right? But in reality, you are coming up in this royal king energy. Again, reverse the genders to fit. But it's like you have been blinded from this, and they know this. The king or queen has incarnated into this life cycle. We cannot allow them to remember that they are the chosen one, that they are the one that is going to get the job done. If they remember that the crown was theirs, it's over for us. What do we have of the crown, please, Spirit? Wow, King of Swords. 2 kings. Now, as we can see, there's the sword and there's the crown, right? And it gives sword in the stone, right? Nobody could pull the sword out of the stone except for the chosen one. And that's what I'm getting here. See how the eagle's taking flight, right? I just heard something has been set into motion, and what a card to get at the crown chakra. We get the crown at the crown chakra. This is a prophecy, Cancer. It makes so much sense why this reading has been so challenging to complete for all of you, because the message is ancient. There's a great responsibility here, and it needed to be delivered in a very meticulous fashion. I feel it now. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant, right? And look, he's holding the book open. You are the prophecy. It's like the book of records. Cancer has to be here at this specific time to trigger this event, this thing, right? Like I mentioned. It's like this is the principalities, the energies, the entities that show up in these people, right? Trying to keep it from you. A lot of you could be actually suffering with sleepless nights as well. Waking up in cold sweats. It feels, oh, look right there, right on the bottom of the deck again, 8 of Swords. It feels like an energy that has been working overtime to try and wear you down and make you tired so you're not able to make moves. What do we have at the foundation, Spirit? Wow. Lilith, the death card at the foundation. So you can't make moves is exactly right. This is an energy of feeling like you're stuck. It's an energy of having zero hope, complete stagnation, right? I'm hearing something about existing inside of a program, a loop, just a repeating pattern, a karmic cycle. It's like they're trying to trap you inside an illusion. I just heard a holographic universe. You know, I just looked at this 8 of Swords in a way that I've never looked at it before. It almost looks like this person is wearing VR goggles, right? Virtual reality goggles. And inside there is this whole little world. And they don't realize that they have them on. Now, that just speaks metaphorically about this illusion, this holographic universe that these energies have been trying to keep you in so you don't see the truth. It's like the crows have been assigned to watch over you so you don't escape. Or if you do escape, they send the message back, right? Now, the death card from this deck speaks about a death to your purpose, a death to your destiny. Before you came here, you were assigned a very specific mission. Divine said to you, all right, Cancer, we're going to send you down there. You need to be in this space at this particular time on this particular year. You're like, okay, no problem. Oh, no, Cancer. The problem is you're going to forget this conversation even happened. But you're going to have a feeling inside of you that there's something that you're missing. And so you're incarnated. The principalities take over all the people, all the energies around you to try and suppress the truth, to try and stop you from ever remembering that feeling, that deeper knowing that there's something you're missing. It's like one of those moments when you're sitting with yourself and you swear you've just figured it out. You figured out life. You figured out how the greater mechanics of the universe work, and then it's gone, right? There's probably not a single person listening to this right now that hasn't felt that way before, right? That's spirit speaking to you, trying to show you truth. But because we live in this third density, there's a force that is constantly trying to suppress that truth from us. And it exists in the environment around us, which seeks to keep us in a lower vibration so we can't remember long enough to align with that truth. What do we have at the sacral, Spirit? Queen of Swords, air energy at the sacral. Now, the Queen of Swords from this deck is the pathological liar from the tarot. So I'm not surprised this came out, because when we're speaking about some sort of holographic universe or some sort of lie that has been constructed in and around your life to keep you stuck inside this energy, this would be the one to do it. So this could very well be the head of the snake, so to speak, whether it's a family member or somebody else in your life. This is how they show up. They present themselves as something they are not. It's all under a guise of keeping you ensnared inside the greater plan to disrupt you remembering that feeling. It's like as soon as you have that memory, that feeling coming to you, wait, Cancer, look over here. And the illustration on this card always gets me, because it's a donkey holding up peacock feathers, as if to say those peacock feathers are theirs, right? Or they're just peacocking. They're presenting themselves as something they are not. And that's right underneath that hangman. So this is what you are seeing now. This is the truth that you are seeing. Wait a second, you're not even who you presented yourself to be. What do we have at the solar plexus, Spirit? Wow. Five of Wands stacked with Five of Pentacles at the solar plexus. So the Five of Pentacles here is the energy that they want to keep you in, right? It's this energy of poverty, but think about it in terms of a feeling, right? See, poverty doesn't always have to be attributed to finances. There's emotional poverty. There's spiritual poverty. And this is more of what I'm getting here. It's just an overall energy of lack, an energy of feeling limited, an energy that wants to tell you that in order for you to accomplish something on a certain path, you need to access something that you'll never be able to access, which is a complete lie, because everything that you need is already inside of you, because you were the one that actually programmed the access code to begin with. Think about that, right? They're telling you you can't access something, but in a past life, you're the one who actually put the security code on there, so only you could access it. That really says it all. What do we have of the heart, Spirit? Wow. Three of Cups. Shadow Cancer energy. And there it is. Jealousy. This is what it all comes down to. Not only are they trying to deliberately keep you from something that is yours by divine rights, but they're also jealous that you were chosen for a specific path and they weren't, which is absurd because all you have to do is look at their actions to see why they weren't chosen for that path to begin with. I just heard their well has been poisoned regarding their energy, right? They've been polluted by these principalities. They can't access these spaces because their vibration is too low. But your energy is pure. See, they can't actually pollute your waters. All they can do is just influence you to self-sabotage by staying mainlined to the illusion. It's like sticking an angel inside a prison cell, clipping his wings off, then wiping his memory and telling him that he was the complete opposite of what he actually is. He just sits there in that cell, marinating in that space that is all based on a lie. And then again, the King of Swords. We have it twice. It says right there, victory. This is one of these energies, Cancer, where it's like waking up from one day to the next. Your life just shifts on a dime. All of a sudden, you're on a timeline that almost felt like it was it's like a distant dream. That's what it can feel like before you actually align with another timeline. That's that feeling, right? That's that remembering. It's like you calibrate with that new timeline, and all of a sudden, the need to remember feels like something that you've satisfied. It no longer feels like it's outside of your grasp. You feel like it's yours. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Wow, unbelievable. King of Wands stacked with King of Wands at the throat. See how that King of Wands hit the root chakra there, right? It's like this is the energy that you're breaking free of. Once you remember who you are. So we have shuffled through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decks, hundreds of cards. And to land on the King of Wands again and stack it with the other King of Wands at the throat further confirms this energy to me of you aligning with an incomplete cycle from a past life. This is you embracing that feeling. This is you embracing that part of you that felt like you were missing something. It's like these energies here that have been coming against you in this capacity were probably these people in a past life, right? There's an emphasis on hierarchy here. It's like these were some sort of enemies who devised a plan to come against you, utilized some sort of principalities to help assist them, and now you're awakening. And this is bad news for them. It's like here you are, looking at them from this different perspective. You're like, wait a second, why do you look so familiar to me, huh? What do we have of the third eye, Spirit? Wow. Wheel of Fortune. Metatron at the third eye. Sag energy. There's so much wealth and abundance here, Cancer. Okay, and this Wheel of Fortune is speaking further about what I said in regards to you calibrating with this new timeline. Wheel of Fortune is all about timelines. It's about turning points, life cycles, your destiny, and you awakening to enough of the truth to begin implementing some sort of action inside your everyday waking life, to break free of the illusion that you're actually shackled to something, right? It's not even real. It's like looking down at your ankle and seeing a chain, right? Seeing that you have a cell door in front of you, but then you close your eyes and you say, there is no chain around my ankle. There is no cell door in front of me. And sure enough, you stand up, you put one foot in front of the other, unrestricted, and you walk straight through a cell door that was never there to begin with. What do we have of the Crown to close out the reading for Cancer? Five of Swords. Aquarius energy at the Crown to close out the reading. Now, I only take these cards as uprights, but we're going to consider it in both polarities. Now, we have 3 fives on this table, so there's a lot of energy of moving on, which goes without saying. But this Five of Swords here is directly highlighting the need for you to terminate some sort of unhealthy relationships in your life and be open to the changes that Spirit is trying to guide you to make in your life right now. As soon as you do this, your path forward is going to begin to illuminate to you, meaning that all the things that you thought were restricting you will cease to exist. And this is going to bring with it illumination surrounding who, where, and what has actually been holding you back this entire time. But most of it is sourced inside of your mind, the way you've been looking at something. You've been interfacing with it in a way that makes you feel disempowered. But this is all about to change. But you must get up and take that step forward. Have faith in the knowing that nothing can hold you back from what is rightfully yours. Because based on this energy here, the crown belongs to you. And you are the one that programmed the codes to actually access it. All right, Cancer, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications. I am open for personal readings at this time. You can find all of that information down below. I also upload additional videos to the members section of my channel. All you have to do is hit the join button at the top of my page. And I just wanted to thank everybody who's been ordering things from my new store. I'm truly grateful. And for all of you who haven't yet checked it out, you can also find the links down below. And lastly, if this reading resonated with you, drop me a heart and or a comment down below, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care.